It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles, next on Madden Football.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scotch, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Here's Avery Williams on the return. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
And what a way to get this one started, but his deep shot falls incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They run it with Saquon Barkley. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and 1. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. They're going to run with Barkley. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line. They got a handful on the play. Now need a handful more. 5 yards on 2nd and goal.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Hurts setting up to throw. He rolls to his right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And look at this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard's Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've got first down from the 31. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Hurts. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Now Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Has him on the quick hitter. Running in the red zone. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. Barkley has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 13-0 lead. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Completes this one to Hill. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Option design here. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Now here's Lamar. Connects with Bateman. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Well, now this is certainly going to make 2nd and goal considerably more difficult. He could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss. But give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating It's going to make it a more difficult now second and goal situation.
Going the wrong way. It's second and goal now, back at the 12. They bring a tight end in motion right. Second and goal. He's headed right on the option. Juke the defense. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. He'll get this one to Brown. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That one gains 7. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the...
Well, John Harbaugh's challenged plenty of calls in his career, and he's got the red flag out once again. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 47. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Still inches to go on 3rd down. He'll try and pick this up on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, I like that call for a couple different reasons. Yes, you get the first down. That's the obvious. But more importantly, that defense, they've got to account for everybody offensively on the field.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they make the stop, we're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Barkley, a 1st down and more. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 13-point lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hill now to return it. And look at this return. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They put Flowers in motion right. 1st down, here's Lamar. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Bails out of the pocket. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Ravens pushing for a score before the break. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here's Henry running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Jordan Stout on now to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Eagles will take possession. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Jair Alexander with the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Hurts looking to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll go down here at the 16. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Dotson now in motion right. On first down, Hurts escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. They're going to mark this as a 24-yarder. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. He's going to push one deep down the right. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia. And the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Lamar off to play fake. That throw behind his intended target. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Jackson now on 3rd. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing here hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And it's going to be 2nd down. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next. Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he gets him around 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throwing for Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Tight end gets it running forward. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They'll run. It's Dillon. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. And no problem converting on 4th.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hurts. Caught by Dotson on the slant. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Flush down now to his left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles make it a 24-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens trotting out their offense. That score pushed the deficit to 24, so every opportunity to chip away at it important as they take the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That one complete to Hopkins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10, here's Jackson. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lamar now from the gun. Andrews with the catch. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Jackson's gonna throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Running it now out of the gun. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Ravens football, and they'll look for some points here, but might just be too little too late in a lopsided 4th quarter. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, Henry. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Chased out to his right. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens putting up points in a game decided. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. And this distance pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it to.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Jackson throwing for it. And he makes the catch, so hope not entirely extinguished just yet. Still a little glimmer remaining as that makes it a 2-score game here late. All right, partner, it is a small step on a long road back, but a necessary one. The touchdown and that conversion drop us back down to a 2-score game.
So you're saying there's a chance, Kate, just a little bit of a chance. Maybe they got to do it again and again
They got
and
it. Come
again.
on now.
But all I know, time may not be on their side, but they did gain just a little bit of momentum.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Hurts now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. So it'll be 2nd down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he'll get it up to the 27. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Ravens will go on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Hopkins put in motion left. They go play fake with Jackson. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. From the gun, Jackson. Finding Flowers. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Put the body on the line for his team. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
First down, here's Lamar. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They send a tight end in motion. Jackson yet again. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. And again, it's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks setting you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
Fourth and forever coming up. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have second and 2 next.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for second down.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
On first down, Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got first down from the 31. On the handoff, it's Barkley. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's another carry for Barkley. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time, 1:55 to go. They'll come up 1st and 10. Running right, it's Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They go to Barkley again. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Hurts. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But it looked like an eagle flew in and was first to the ball. They're going to maintain possession. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. But with how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, well, now they got to be special.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's a 38-yard look here. The kick by Hopkins is good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Eagles take a knee. They're going to let the seconds tick away in this win.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.